Welcome to NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and we're out of evaluation games, and now we have our correct teams. They were drafted last night by the coaches behind closed doors, so we don't know who was picked first, last, whatever, but the coaches got the teams that they wanted. And so that leads us here today between the Supersonics and the Grizzlies. Was Thomas scoring the first basket for the Grizzlies. And on the other side, quickly answered by Liam Abshire-Lewis. Quick 2-2 start. The Supersonics head coach Elijah Allen. He has Ruiz, Avila Martinez, Anderson, Abshire-Lewis, Mason, Jewell, and Reen, while the Grizzlies, coached by former Columbia College claim jumper, played at a Colorado State University as well, Ariane Harris. He has Warner, Thomas, Chase, Raygoza, Moore, and Tolliver. We'll see if one of these two teams can win the championship. At least one of them will make it to the championship game because we have three NBA teams. The Bobcats, head coached by Jay Jewell, also in the running. So we will see at least one of these teams in that championship game Friday morning. Inbound, the toss-up. Great use of the backboard. Adds two more to the Grizzlies' total. Chase Tolliver, the 5-foot player out of Stockton, able to hit that one. Drive down the left side. Floater won't go from Ruiz. Tolliver back with it off the right side. Chase off mark on his three. Here's Ruiz. Top of the arc. Can't quite get it to go. Front iron and out. Tolliver. Thomas sets the screen, goes back up top to Chase. Another three on the way. Looks short, rims out, down to Ruiz. He'll lead the team down, while head coach Elijah Allen barks out the signals. Ruiz doing it himself, scoops it up with the left hand. Four apiece through the first couple of minutes. Tolliver, high screen Thomas, right side drive, tries to double up on what Ruiz was able to do just a moment ago, but off mark. Keeps us tied at 4. three, left side wing. Thomas gets in the way. Reen can't quite hit from deep. Up and down, Thomas bodies for it. He gets fouled on the way up. They will call it during the shot, so Thomas gets two. Thomas, one of the tallest players in the NBA division, which is 4th through 6th grade, standing at 5'4". Off on the first of two. Thomas for his second. Able to hit that one, give his team the lead. Ruiz has been doing a lot of the action himself, getting down, pushes off down low, no call. Shot won't go, rebounded by Anderson to keep it on this side. Ruiz steps into it, over Tolliver. Poe goes up and out. Thomas, the strong rebound down low, gives it over to the guard play with Tolliver. Through the first 5 minutes of play, 9 points scored, 5 for the Grizzlies, 4 for the Sonics. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Stand out from the rest with Straight Sports custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. The creator, designer of our NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp jerseys representing the Sierra Foothills in Sonora. The outline of the trees and the great orange and blue colors. NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, 5 days, all basketball. Eat, breathe, sleep, basketball. NBA Division, Supersonics versus Grizzlies. 4th through 6th grade boys. Ruiz has been trying to lead his team. The Supersonics, head coached by Elijah Allen, been doing a lot of the handling, a lot of the shooting. Here, kicks it over to Reen, tries to spin down the baseline, but Thomas gets in the way. Ruiz back with it. Heavy defensive pressure from Cannon Moore. And an offensive foul called. Ruiz getting too physical. Baseline drive, caught under the rim. Picked back up by the Sonics. Ruiz leads. Mason from the corner. Comes up short. Reen right there for the offensive board. Here's Jewell now. Great ball movement around the outside. Ruiz wants to take a step back and look at his options. Ruiz, his three. It's good. Nothing but net. Knocks down the triple. 7-5 Sonics. Here's Thomas. Dips it across. Shot won't go. Ruiz once again on the rebound, stacking his stats. Looking for another one. That one way right. Coach Allen liking the shot attempt from Luke Green. Unfortunately, just didn't have the right angle on it. Moore to Chase. Chase down to Thomas. A ball movement to get it down low inside. A bad bounce. Ruiz grab and go. He has Chase to his right side. Can he get all the way through? He can, but he's fouled. Raygoza fouls him on the way up. He'll get 2. Ruiz unable to get the first. Ruiz takes his time, nails the second. Two 15-minute halves here at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Second half, we'll have a 2-minute period at the end where a real game scenario is in place. Thomas unable to hit from inside the paint, but he is fouled. 2-minute period at the end of the second half will be a real game scenario where the players will be able to have full court press. They can double up. The clock will stop as long as the game is within 10 points in a reachable distance. But for the first 30 minutes of play, it is all about the fundamentals, learning the game and doing better in every step, both offense and defense. Thomas gets the first. Thomas, 1 of 2. Quick timeout. The Supersonics will have it back when we return in just a moment. It's 8-6 Sonics leading the Grizzlies at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. If you have a youth basketball team or your child plays on one, you can join us at the NorCalSportsTV.com/2025 events. You can join us during our events throughout the summer, throughout the fall. Non-stop basketball with NorCal Sports TV. Just because it's out of season doesn't mean you can stop playing. Got to continue to sharpen those skills. That's why we have the summer basketball camp. 8-6 is the score. The Supersonics lead the Grizzlies in our NBA division. The 4th through 6th graders will get a travel call. Too many steps, too much of a shuffle. As we close in on the final 5 minutes of the first half. Remember, 2 15-minute halves running clock. And in the second half, there'll be a 2-minute period at the very end. The stop clock whenever necessary. Full court press is allowed. Trying to fight their way into that number 1 seed for our playoffs, which start Thursday night for our older divisions. Here's the inbound. Finds Anderson. Anderson to Reen. Jewell awaiting on the left side wing, guarded by Ragoza. Reen nowhere to go with Tolliver in front of him. Here's the drive from Anderson. He gets tripped up. This one will stay with the Sonics. Catalyst on the inbound is Luke Reen. Tolliver brings it down. Goes for this fake spin inside the paint. Gets it up and good. That ties it up at 8 apiece. Pass deflected, batted away by Tolliver, picked back up. Anderson will be able to bring it down. Just about 2.5 minutes to go in the first, tied at 8. 2 of the 3 NBA teams playing currently in our first game of the official teams. Here's a steal for Ragoza. Anderson gets back, slaps down the arm. They'll call it clean. Inbound, baseline, Anderson got the arm over the shoulder, but before that it was an extra step, traveling, turns it over. Grizzlies head coach Ariane Harris arguing with the call. Won't be turned over though, unfortunately. So the Sonics get it back, moving the other direction. Anderson, he's trapped by Tolliver with that tight clamp down defense. The inbound goes to Jewell. He looks left side. There's Mason available. Warner on the D. Mason, the give to Jewell. Avila Martinez close by him. Bunch ball near midcourt, trying to trap and take that ball away. Now in the final minute of the first half, Mason will look to dribble drive down the baseline against Warner. Tolliver up and down underneath, gets a man to fly by and puts it through. Grizzlies take the 10-8 lead with 30 seconds to go in the half. Anderson trying to put the moves on Moore, who just got him on the other end. Looking for one final shot. Just short. And that will do it for the first half. 10-8, the Grizzlies leading the Supersonics. Second half in just a moment. Stay tuned. Second half of action at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. We have a 10-8 score. The Grizzlies leading the Supersonics. Grizzlies head coached by Ariane Harris. Supersonics head coached by Elijah Allen. And throughout the camp, we have high school, college, and NBA level coaches coming up to teach the kids the fundamentals and how to get to the next level. And Ariane Harris being one of those players, played locally at Columbia Junior College, one of the best junior college basketball teams, not only in the state but throughout the nation. We have multiple claim jumper basketball players, both current and past players, and possibly some future players on the court now. Second half, 17 minutes. We'll still have the 5-minute breaks. The final 2 minutes, as long as the game is within 10, a reachable distance, we will have a real game scenario in which the players can then go full court press. They can double team, anything that they can do to win the game. But in the first 30 minutes, it's all about the fundamentals and playing the game that the coaches want them to play, focusing on those basics. And that's where we're at right now, and it's been a close one. 10-8. Thomas drives it down. Ruiz tries to get in the way. He does, but fouls at the same time. Thomas hits the first of two, takes the lead by 3. Thomas off on the second, chase down, rebound by Tolliver. Thomas, rebound, put back, fouled again. Abshire Lewis gets in the way and draws the contact. Thomas will be back at the free throw line for 2 more. Thomas off again, 1 for 3 so far. Thomas gets his own miss. It's a rare sight to see somebody miss a free throw and get it back, but he waited until the ball hit the rim. It's exactly what you're supposed to do. The shooter can't leave the free throw line until the ball hits the rim. He waited for that to happen and was still able to chase it down and get the putback. Now he puts the Grizzlies up by 5, which is the largest lead of the game. Ruiz slightly loses the handle. Looks at 3, and he'll get 3. Elijah Ruiz from deep, bringing this lead all the way down to 2. Thomas doing the work in the key. Says, you got 3, but I'm going to continue to score. It's right back to 4. Ruiz has the look like he wants to single-handedly put his team on top, give the NBA division their first leader of the week. Ruiz steps into 3, the southpaw just short on the power. Ruiz tracks it down, intercepts it on its way, looking for Cannon Moore, and he got there first. Ruiz behind the back, getting away from the defensive pressure, almost 3 jerseys on him. Shot won't go from outside from Angelo Avila Martinez. It hits the support post, which is out of bounds. (15-11) Grizzlies leading the Supersonics. We'll get a timeout break after this next shot here. Ruiz will bring it down for the Sonics, looking to close that 4-point gap. Ruiz loses the handle. Here's the takedown. It's Cannon Moore. Blocked from behind. Ruiz, the chase down denial. 15-11 is the score, and that'll take us to a break after the highlight block from Ruiz. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp live from the foothills of Sonora. Here's the chase down block from Elijah Ruiz a moment ago that sent us to the timeout. Getting there in time, denying very cleanly. Fantastic shot by our cameraman on our wing side. The hero cam is what we call it. Charles doing a great job. First camp he's worked and showing his worth with that nice camera angle. Isn't that right, Charles? Yes, 12 more minutes to go in this first NBA division matchup between the Grizzlies and the Supersonics. Elijah Allen, Ariane Harris. Coach Allen, his first year at camp. Ariane Harris has been here multiple years, has coached a couple of teams, looking to take home some hardware, that medal that he can wear around the neck and bring it for more camps to come. We have another head coach, Sam Garski. He won 3 medals last year, 3 championships with his team. They mean a lot to him. He kept them 365 days, wore him on the first day to camp to show the other coaches what he is able to do. And they had the drafts last night. He has yet to play a game, but as we continue through the night, make sure you look at those names, see who is playing, because it is always a competition. They always want to win, but it doesn't matter until that championship game when the playoffs start. Those what matter most, but it's all about those fundamentals, those basics, and what you can teach the players first so that they can win that championship game. We've had teams not win a single game throughout the week. When they got into playoffs, they're the last seed. They defeat the number 1 team, and they go into the championship and eventually take home a medal. Grizzlies' current leading scorer is Ezekiel Thomas. He's one of the tallest players in the NBA division, standing at 5'4". He dominates the paint both on offense and defense. That offensive side, that little bit of height helps immensely. Bobcats' tallest player, 5'3", Eli Jacobson. Everyone else starting their height with the number 4. Grizzlies have Chase Tolliver standing directly at 5 feet. Thomas next to him at 5'4". And the Sonics, with the tallest player in the NBA division at 5'6", they have 3 5-foot players. But that size doesn't matter a ton. It's what your abilities are able to do on the court. Sometimes those taller players just can't move quite as fast, so it's easy to drive past down them. And the other commentator right now on court 2, Lauren Goody Goodman. Coach Goody, she was teaching how to avoid players driving down the middle, as we see Ruiz do that here. But whether they go into the drills and they do what the coaches want, it's all about bringing it out onto the court and doing it in real time in the real game scenario. That's exactly what this camp is about, to better the players so that they can be that number 1 option on the court. Thomas misses his 15-footer, rebounded by Ruiz. He has the backs of the defense turned to him, gets in front of Warrener, leads it up court, possibly gets away with a travel, and the ball gets reset by Ruiz. 15-13, 1-possession game. Ruiz trying to bring the Sonics back into the lead with a 3. Poe goes up and out to Tolliver. Tolliver with speed. Goes up against Ruiz, tosses it up, nearly gets it, but he'll have a couple of attempts at the free throw line. You know they call the free throw line the charity stripe because it's supposed to be free, but these rims so unforgiving, nothing's free on this court. Official on the backside says a line violation on Anderson. Always have to watch those lines. Throughout a lot of our youth events on NorCal Sports TV, we see the lane violations more than almost anything else. And it doesn't matter what age group. We've seen the high schoolers do more lane violations than anyone else. And so Tolliver will get awarded an extra shot due to the violation the first time from Anderson. So first one, the miss. It's recounted as a second one. Now Tolliver, second shot, not going to go. Then the shot gets answered. Timeout called on the court. It's 17-13 rather. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Straight Sports custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. STR8sports.com, the creator, designer, and maker of the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp jerseys representing the foothills of Sonora. The Sierra Nevadas, the trees in the design, always do a great job, have created our jerseys year in and year out. There was another shot from Ruiz to knock down the lead just to 2. They've been trailing for most of the second half and part of the first after the Grizzlies' leading scorer, Ezekiel Thomas, started to make his mark inside the paint, and Tolliver also doing the same. (19-15) the Supersonics. No lead yet here in the second set of 15. Ruiz fouled on the way up. That's by Tolliver. And so Ruiz will have to do some work from the charity stripe. Ruiz, first one, can't quite get the bounce. Ruiz's second is good, and it looks like we had another line violation, so he will get another opportunity. Ruiz off on the last one, brought down by Tolliver. 19-16, 3-point difference, 5 minutes to go. Tolliver loses it out of bounds. Ruiz, Reen, Jewell, 3 of the 5 on the court for the Supersonics. Here's Ruiz now. Got it again. Count it for 3. The Sonics tie it up in the second. 19-19. 4.5 minutes to go. Not necessarily a low-scoring affair. Our officials for the camp reinstating the rules. No double teaming allowed. It's all about the fundamentals, and man-to-man zone is going to be the number one option for most teams. Of course, you see a lot of zone in middle school, high school, but the higher levels you play, man-to-man zone is always going to be that number one option. So man-to-man defense, learning how to stay on your assignment and defend that way is the most important. And our official, Aron, making sure the players are continuing to follow through with the rules. 21-19 after the Grizzlies are able to tack on another. That'll go off the body of a Supersonic, hit the supporting post. Actually, it looks like Jewell just goes down on the baseline, trying to keep it with the Sonics, and the tactics work. It's going to stay with him. Here's Ruiz with the handles. Sets up for 3. Looks good. Is good. Elijah Ruiz takes the lead. The Sonics knock it down from deep. 3 minutes to go, and the Sonics have the 1-point lead. Tolliver down to Thomas against Reen. Uses the height to his advantage, and a back-and-forth battle we have. Ruiz, the spin cycle, gets away with a carry. Out to Reen, his 3. Pogo's up and out. Tolliver, rebound. 40 seconds until the 2-minute break. Tolliver. Cross from right to left. Shuffle steps. He looks for 3. Front iron and out to Thomas. Thomas, his 12-footer. That one's good. 3-point game again. Ruiz scanning the court. Reen back to Ruiz. Goes on his drive. That one gets tied up for the jump. Final 2 minutes, the real game scenario, full court press, everything allowed. It's 25-22 in the NBA. 2 minutes to go in the first NBA matchup at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Full court press now allowed. Stop clock whenever necessary. You can double team to a certain extent. Ruiz, he gets bodied. Keeps it in control, down low, up and off the backboard. The lead is now 1. 13-second possession, and the Supersonics make the most of it. Thomas, rebound, fouled by Ruiz, count the basket, and going to the free throw line for one more. Right back to 3 and a chance to make it 4. Thomas at the free throw line with 1:38 to go. Thomas takes his time and gets it. 4-point game, 28-24, 90 seconds left. Ruiz, we have seen his three-point abilities, and that's what could get them back in this game, but it's all up to Coach Elijah Allen. How fast can they score? What kind of shot can they get? Ruiz does get a 3. Unfortunately, it's short. Here comes Ruiz flying in, trying to track it down, but Thomas is the first on the scene. Just over a minute, a 1-2 step, short on it, and a rebound to Anderson and co. Ruiz down the middle. Thomas gets in the way, and a foul call late. Believe they're going to call this one on Ruiz. Trying to get that ball back in control of his Supersonic team. 1 minute. Ball comes up into the hands of Warner. Warner trapped by Avila Martinez and loses it on the baseline with 49 seconds. .47 seconds. That last one deflected out of bounds. 28-24. Supersonics cannot let anything go. Ruiz gets it back. Left hand won't go. He's fouled. Ruiz has a chance to add some points from the free throw line. He'll get 2. Ruiz, unfortunately, won't get the bounce. The lead remains 4. Ruiz gets the second. It's a 3-point game, 28-25. And a travel. The ball goes back to the Sonics with a 1-possession game. Full court press comes into play and makes an impact. Here's Ruiz. He's guarded by Moore. Moore comes up to guard Ruiz, steps back into a 3, launches up, comes up short. Thomas rebound. And a foul in transition. Ruiz. 1-1. A 1-1 on the foul inside 2 minutes. 3-point game, and Thomas, he's been at the line plenty of times, roughly shooting 50-50 from the charity stripe. Thomas to extend the lead. He's got it. One more for Thomas. Just 13 seconds, but now a 2-possession game. Coach Allen saying timeout on the make. They have to rebound. Not going to get it. Now Ruiz will get it back and stop the clock at 11 seconds. We'll see if the Supersonics can take over. They're down by 4. It's the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Ruiz gets a touch on it, and it looks like we're going to get a foul on the inbound. So the clock goes down to 10. Inside 2 minutes. 1-1. Ten seconds. Ruiz gets fouled, and Coach Allen immediately saying he got fouled. That should be a 1-and-1, part of the game plan. Ruiz almost forced to make this first basket if they want a chance to win. Might purposely miss the second one and be down by 3 at that point. Ruiz able to hit it. It's a 3-point game. So Ruiz, Supersonics down by 3, trying to purposely miss. It rims out to the corner, back into the hands of Ruiz from the corner for 3. Not going to go, and the clock will stop as Ruiz hits the support system, and it's back into the hands of the Grizzlies, who have the lead. Inbound, needing to foul. They're going to. 3 seconds left, and the ball comes the other direction for another 1-and-1. One free throw can end it all in favor of the Grizzlies. If he misses, not a lot of time to grab and go. Hoping to tie it. Most likely will be a half-court chuck. First shot, not going to go. Clock starts from 3. Ruiz gets it off in time. No. The Grizzlies will hold on with the 3-point win in the first NBA division game of the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It's Coach Ariane Harris, the 3-point win, along with Warner, Thomas, Chase, Ragoza, Moore, and Tolliver, taking down the Supersonics, coached by Elijah Allen. We'll have more basketball coming your way next. Stay tuned on NorCal Sports TV.